So, did you want some games to play during Halloween? Telling you to play Lament of Innocence for PlayStation 2 wasn't enough? Try this one. It's Pumpkin Jack, a multi-platform game that isn't about Halloween but definitely fits the theme of the month. You might be wondering, why did we go back in time to 2003 or something? This game looks too good for that era, but when you pick it up and actually play it, yes, it's designed very much like a homage to those PlayStation 2 GameCube era platformers, with some modern sensibilities and way better controls. The concept is interesting. The world is so peaceful that the devil gets bored and curses it with eternal night that allows monsters to run around free to terrorize humanity. An all-powerful wizard is summoned by the humans to break the curse. As a countermeasure, the devil summons his own champion, Stingy Jack, crams his soul inside a pumpkin and makes a deal. If he can destroy the wizard, he will be allowed into the afterlife. So you play on the bad guy side, and the game never pretends you're not, or that you will be some kind of bad guy doing good deeds. It's still written and presented like a family-friendly story with no gore or swearing, despite the fact that this is a story where evil is supposed to win. Which leads us to the humor. In the first 30 minutes I was getting worried this would be another Cthulhu Saves Christmas situation. It's not. I didn't find the game particularly funny, but it's just a case of not being aimed at me. This is written like a PG-13 cartoon for preteens with a sarcastic, quippy protagonist and a cast of NPCs and bad guys who don't take things much more seriously. Only the narration between levels is voiced. Characters will make a few grunts and such, which I'm fine with. That's better than the annoying gibberish noises from games inspired by Banjo-Kazooie.
The clever, cold-hearted wizard, humanity's champion, now possesses a powerful amulet, and is one step closer to usurping the devil's rule over the world and breaking the curse.
Somehow the level design kept making me think of Santa Claus in Trouble. It's a lot more elaborate and less abstract, but I guess both games have some weird slippery double jump controls going, quick deaths, and reuse a lot of the respective platforming objects. For a game made by such a small number of people, there is a lot of polish here though. I completed all achievements and didn't run into any glitches. The controls aren't perfect, but it feels better than a lot of platformers out there that don't feature Mario or Kirby. Jack feels good to control when not double jumping. The combat is not terrible. I didn't mind it, but boy does it not feel great. It tries to play sort of like a combat-oriented action game, pushing the player into dodging attacks completely from very aggressive enemies and choosing between several weapons you unlock after each boss. It feels like you're supposed to be spamming the dodge button and there is a serious lack of hit stagger. The lack of stagger is easy to get used to and so is the lock-on. The game doesn't give you full control over the target lock-on, you kinda have to deduce based on who Jack is dashing towards when he attacks. It all works out in the end just because the fights are easy enough, so this doesn't really ruin the overall experience. The bosses are fun for what they are, with one exception which is just awfully designed. Anyone with 3D platforming experience can beat them in one or a few tries, but little kids might get frustrated with a few of them. There is a lot of focus on dodging markers to survive until it's time to actually damage the boss. Very easy to learn, and more importantly, none of them drag for too long. Well, again, with one exception I don't want to spoil. With the world being cursed with eternal night and monsters everywhere, the spooky Halloween-like atmosphere is in every level. So the palette of colors doesn't change that much. There are only 7 levels and few of them look like a single level that got separated so the game wouldn't only feature 4. And yeah, this is a very short game that's extremely light in content. You can beat it in 3 hours, maybe less, and complete it in 4 or 5. If you want extra things to collect, you can find 20 crow skulls in each level, which you can spend to buy skins. Also hidden in each level are gramophones. What do gramophones do? Well, this. That's all they do. The crow skulls are never too out of the way, and level sections are very compact. This isn't a collectathon where you lose yourself looking for some missing thing hidden in a faraway corner, and it's easy to tell where to go. Lives are not a thing, so you can die as many times as you want. But the game will make fun of you each and every time, which might cause some of you to toss the controller and flail your arms at the floor as your gamer pride gets hurt. I have to say, the platforming is never very challenging. The only times I was punished was due to having trouble with some of the double jumping required, and even then that only happened at half a dozen times. Even so, I had a lot of fun. This is the kind of perfect game for the Halloween season if you miss some old school 3D platforming and don't want to commit too much of your free time. It will scratch that itch and you see the credits before you even ask yourself if you want to keep going. This type of game is what I like to call a comfort food video game. It's not so easy you never get punished, but it's not difficult, and it's so short you can squeeze it between the bigger games you're playing with no stress. I bought it for $9 and I have no regrets. The original price is a hefty $30. That price for a 3-hour 3D platformer with no replay value in 2024 is just way too much. Get it on sale and I'm sure you won't regret it. If not for you, definitely for your kids. Thanks for watching and take care.